Yo, 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 new day, new day. I have been out of commission for a little while, but I'm back. We are back in business. Um, Out of commission meaning that I shut up, meaning that I had to upgrade my graphics card. I bought a graphics card a couple days ago, the new Intel Battle Mage. Whoa, fancy name. Um, and when I installed it, when I plugged it in and fired up my PC, it kind of just didn't fucking work. And I had to mess around for a good while with the BIOS. Fucking the technical beep beep boops of the computer, like way down to the, you know, uh, going inside the system 32 folder and connecting shit together from there, which is really scuffed and probably a very roundabout way to do what I needed to do. Especially now that I have access to my PC again. I don't know. I wanted to do a run yesterday, but I straight up just couldn't access my computer. It was so bad that I just got like a completely black screen with like a console type beat message that just said, "Yeah, your shit is cooked." But I somehow managed to uncook it, and I'm not sure how. But I followed the instructions of ChatGPT. In the cases where you give ChatGPT enough information to work with, it actually works pretty fine. But not always, because a lot of this stuff is being messed up because I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. Essentially, I plugged out my old GPU, plugged in my new one, and nothing really worked. Absolutely nothing worked. Not even like basically Windows couldn't really start, which is weird, and I still don't know why that happened. But everything is working fine now, so shout out. I guess, yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how it started. I can't even remember how it started, but essentially, I just couldn't really access my PC. Then I had to go into the BIOS, upgrade that, because essentially, I needed to upgrade my BIOS in order to enable some stuff in the BIOS. Updating the BIOS, when you don't have access to your computer, is a whole fucking mess. You need some sort of external entity to have downloaded like a version of it, of the BIOS, and then you need to plug it in and run the computer from the I just used the normal as USB stick. And I had to do that with the BIOS update because I couldn't really access it through the internet, or well, I could, but then I had to type in a bunch of shit that I didn't know about my internet. So it was way easier to just do it this way, even though, okay, so yeah, I'm sure I've looked at BIOS before, but it also doesn't really help that I've never fiddled with a BIOS before. Like, this was my first time truly like alone in the world, without my dad's help, actually, pulling something together and pulling through. So I guess shout out to me, actually. I am pretty awesome. I am pretty goated. It still took a long ass while, because after I did that, there was basically a setting on there that's I don't even know. I think it was all the way back. The main issue I've had is rebar, aka resizable bar, aka just a thing that makes it so rebar is essentially like some sort of like negotiator is how I had it explained. Negotiating like how much storage is being used. I don't really know. I don't know the details, but it's basically negotiating something so the like all the graphics just run better. Like everything just runs better because everything is like allocated perfectly. Everything is balanced, right? That's essentially what I figured out rebar does, which sounds really great, except I can't really use it because my motherboard is straight up ancient. I also, when I used ChatGPT, I told it to, essentially roleplay a cooler older cousin that was explaining it. That's how I got the term straight up ancient from. When I told ChatGPT my specs, being, the C270p motherboard from like what 2017, and I haven't updated the BIOS since I got it in probably 2017 also. Again, I haven't touched my computer in terms of upgrading it since I got it. From around there, 2017, 2018. Probably 2017 actually. Except for now. Now is the first time I'm actually doing anything about my lackluster computer. Yeah, but eventually all my problems stem from this rebar thing. And yes, if you're wondering, yes, this entire video is gonna be about this one issue I had, because the issue is long. What I needed to do to enable rebar, what Reddit said, was essentially just kinda, update the thing, update the BIOS, because, again, I hadn't upgraded it in such a long while. Then after all that USB shtick, it was already updated, but it couldn't really fully update. At least I thought so, but it just kinda... It needed to bypass something, a BitLocker, essentially some sort of encryption for the driver, I think it was, some sort of encryption for something. That seemed really important, because whenever when I tried to update it again, just making sure essentially that it was updated. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. The BIOS wasn't fully updated for some fucking reason. It sounded the BIOS sounded really nervous that it was gonna fucking explode or something. I don't know. Because it didn't have the encryption key, or, BitLocker wasn't turned off. Fast forward to, this morning when I got everything figured out, I just quickly ran in and tested, that, yeah, BitLocker was never on. BitLocker has never been on my PC. God damn it. Shit. So all of this could have been avoided if I just from the start didn't listen to the BIOS to quote-unquote make sure that BitLocker was, disabled. So, yeah, that's a good lesson to be learned. I guess just in its entirety, just fucking check before you go and fuck up your computer. I guess that's also, I guess just make backups, sure. But at some point throughout this update, Windows kinda got fucked over, and I don't know how or why or what caused it, but Windows got fucked. And I tried to unfuck it manually, like through, first of all, just through the repair system. But I couldn't fucking do that. Also, that had to be done because, again, I couldn't really access the PC, so that had to... Oh, that was clean. That also had to be done through a USB stick, and I also had to remove all other things from my USB because I have other things on my USB stick that I wanted to save. I needed to crash land that essentially on another on my laptop, which took a fucking good while because I had like, you know, a decent amount of things on my USB. After that, I had to download Windows reinstall environment or something because I couldn't access that from my PC for some reason. I don't know, there's a lot of things that I just couldn't access for seemingly no reason at all, and I had to go very roundabout ways to do everything. It was a tedious fucking task. I also had to, you know, officially make it a 2-day task because I sat there for like a solid 5 hours, and then I went to bed. And then this morning I woke up and finished up like the last things. Had a good night's sleep so that I could actually think properly and not just be angry at the beep boops. But essentially, this repair environment just kind of didn't exist in on my computer, so I had to borrow it essentially. But the problem is that when you use the repair environment, the Windows repair environment, it kind of just removes the entire disk afterwards because it just kind of resets. The point of it is just it resets Windows, right? Meaning I had to remove all things from my USB, so that took a while. Then I had to, you know, fucking download shit, get that over to my USB, and then that fucked up. Then, you know, because I messed up some shit in the command in fucking CMD, what's it called? I fucked up some shit. I gotta be honest. And then I had to do the whole thing all over again. And now it's about midnight in my POV here. It's about midnight and I really don't want to continue. But also I really want to test out this new graphics card I just got. And all of this I'm doing to just get into my computer to disable BitLocker. So that I can finally go and install the you know, update the BIOS, fully update the BIOS again, so that I can hopefully install rebar or enable rebar. Again, after I repaired everything, I had to go, you know, I had to go into fucking System 32. Do a bunch of shit there that seemed kind of scuffed, and some of it didn't work, so I was kind of afraid. Halfway through I just accepted that, yeah, my all my files are cooked. I am cooked. I'm never getting them back. But through some miracle work, I got everything to work, and I don't want to fucking talk about the code I changed. That is too tedious, and I also cannot remember half of it. But that would be way too boring, so let's skip that. Anyway, all you need to know is I fucked up some shit, and then I unfucked up some shit. So that's great. Yeah. Afterwards, I get in and I get into the computer. I need this encryption thing that I had to disable or have a key to. I don't have a key, obviously, because I wasn't the one to buy the PC. I was a child. I was probably in possession of, or my dad is in possession of this key. Probably not. It's probably a stretch to say that he even knows where to begin to look to find this this encryption key. So anyway, I found a workaround for that, which was just finding out that it wasn't needed. This whole thing was not needed because BitLocker was already disabled, so I could have just pressed, yeah, I don't care, download, finish download anyway. But that, of course, did not fucking happen, so I spent a solid many hours trying to fix everything, and well, it didn't really fucking help, did it, right? Then after all that, after I finally get the BIOS update, I get to realize, after, you know, after many a Google searches and an entire workday later here that I'm sitting now here, Rosa, I'm sitting here realizing that rebar is a really nice to have. It's essentially the entire reason why you would buy this graphics card. Like, rebar is essential for this graphics card to work well, but it's not essential for it to work, as you can clearly see here, because I do not have rebar on right now, because I don't have rebar. I straight up just don't. And that is, I can't remember, it's either my CPU or my motherboard's fault, probably both. Which is why, huge reveal, I have also now spent, you know, a little coin or two on a new motherboard and a new CPU, because if I needed a new CPU, I need a new motherboard. So we're doing that, and hopefully this will all be worth it, in order to mainly play Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out. You know, I don't really have the money for this right now, but you know, my next payday is gonna be huge, hopefully. So I'm gonna use a bit from that, and also I'm getting more and more confident that our Japan trip is not gonna be as expensive as I thought. So I'm hoping that holds up, and I'm not just delusional. But who really knows? Who really knows? It's yeah, I don't know, I gotta be honest, I'm back to being broke. I got so confident that, yeah, I am rich now, but I'm just getting more and more broke by the day, which is fine, because if you know, in return, I get a huge upgrade to my PC, and I can also, you know, if I actually pull my ass together, I can put up my GPU and maybe even my fucking CPU too, and motherboard. Essentially, just sell half a computer. Just pull it up on you know, set it up on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. That's a thing that I can totally do, and I also have from my brother. I have my sister. I have I have two 1060s, I think. I have two graphics cards that I guess I'm in possession of. I can just sell them if, you know, if that's a thing anybody is interested in. I would assume that she would have sold them herself, but no, just gave him to good old me, favorite little brother, yes, and only, but that is besides the point. Anyway, yeah, so, liquid assets, if I may. I am rich. I am back to my delusional self. I am very rich. Why do I keep taking so much damage from this one guy. Oh god. I'm really not in the mood to fight Galleon, actually. I don't know why, it's just one of these days. I'm either really in the mood to fight Galleon or not at all in the mood to fight Galleon, and I would like nothing more than to just skip the Galleon fight. God damn it. Do I have to? Do I really have to? I guess I have to. But anyway, these thingamajigs are arriving in 1 to 2 business days, which might be Friday, or might be Monday. I'm not sure if they count the weekends as work days, but you know, one can be lucky, I suppose. It's not gonna make a huge difference because I'm gonna be at my parents' place throughout the weekend. I'm going back Sunday. Shit. Shit. God, I don't want this fucking Galleon fight. Can I just... Oh my god, thank you. God. I don't know, Saturday I'm going to my cousin's graduation party. It's a bit far away, but it's nothing too bad. So I'm just family gathering a day before that, and then I also get to just chill out. Maybe, if I may be so brave, maybe even finish Donkey Kong Country Returns. I am at the boss fight. That's just fucking playing the Wii on my when I'm at my parents' place when I don't really have anything else to do. I just boot up the Wii, just play through some old ass games. One of them being Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's actually pretty fun. It's very, you can feel it's an old game. It's weird with the Wii controllers, but it's a fine game. It's cool. And I'm at the very last stage. I've been fighting the boss for I want to say half a year, but it's probably more. Very, very on and off. But I have been fighting the boss. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway. Obama. Been there. Yeah. Straight up, for real. Water time. That probably marks like fucking 2 liters of water I've drank this evening alone. I say evening as if it's not 1 AM right now. Oh well, it is what it is. It goes how it goes. That's not the saying. Shit. Yeah, I can feel myself getting more tired, more... What the fuck was that? That was such a half-hearted attack. Damn. Speaking of beating bosses, I feel like I beat like a Dark Souls boss today. While at work. At work, absolutely nothing happened. We're repairing the restaurant and fixing up shit. So nobody everything looks like it's closed, even though it's not really. It's only like half closed, So there were no customers really today, but I'm still getting paid, so hey, it is what it is. Whenever I have literally nothing to do, I go and boot up an emulator of Pokemon Platinum. I just play very slowly because I'm still at work. I have to pretend to, I have to look like someone who's always ready to, jump into action, which I guess I am. But it would suck. But anyway, the thing is, I'm at the second gym, or was at the second gym. I just beat the second gym. The grass type leader Gardenia, very creative name. And she has absolutely trampled me for several weeks now. And thank God I'm over that now. But again, I feel so cheap. I feel like I cheated. I the way I won is essentially using a bunch of super potions. I think this winning, the one that I won, I only used 4. I say only because I bought 10 of them. Because I bought 5 before, and that was not enough. I died using 5 super potions. I also just got lucky with the... She didn't use one of her potions. She has... It's diabolical. Her moveset is, you know, essentially only, you know, special attacks. And I have a normal defense tank. In Groddle, he's not really the best at, you know, special defense. Then I have my little. Also on my Groddle, by the way, I have Withdraw, which also is just my normal defenses that gets up. So that kind of sucks. Also, my Luxio, which of course I gotta have a Luxio on my team, has Intimidate, which is great, unless, you know, your opponent doesn't attack with physical attacks, and basically no grass moves are physical, which, again, kinda sucks, I gotta be honest. So I was absolutely trampled. Not, you know, on top of that, she has a Chesto Berry, I think it was, essentially a healing berry for when her rose rate gets really low. And then not 1, but 2 fucking super potions. God, I hate Gardenia. All her Pokemon are also just kind of tanks. I gotta be honest. Or mine are just kind of dog shit. I don't have anything. I don't have a Staraptor, or a Staravia, or Starly. So that kind of bums me out, and I can't get a flying type. I can't get the flying type I want until after I beat the gym, which is now. I'm in the Galactic building now. Yeah. Oh well, we'll see where we're headed next time. Yeah, but anyway, that took me a good while. Hollow Knight run today was, I don't know, I didn't pay attention. I ran on autopilot the entire time. You tell me how good the run was. Who did I die to? I can't even remember. 28 minutes in? That seems like Collector. Yeah, Collector. Yeah, I remember now. It was Collector. God damn it. Oh well. I'm heading to bed. I gotta be at work in 10 hours. Over and out.